feel like whenever I reach the you're cool stage with a girl, you know, that pre-liking phase where you're getting to know each other and you like what you found so far, so you're like, yeah, I think you're cool. And then they're like, I think you're cool too. Once I reach that point with a girl, I almost feel obligated, just so they don't get in for a rude awakening later, to be like, alright, so this is great, but now I need you to go on my YouTube channel and find my Stream of Consciousness series, watch any 3 of them, and if you're still interested in talking to me afterwards, then awesome. She's keeper status at that point. I prepared myself for the inevitability of a lot of girls failing that test. I am probably an alcoholic in the making, if the way I consume root beer is any indication. Barks root beer in cans, the only way to go. I've been drunk only a few times in my life because of how infrequently I go out, but when I do, the town is mine. 3 lemon drops in 10 minutes affords me a glimpse into what living an anxiety and paranoia-free life is like. And frankly, it's insulting to me that those of you who don't suffer from those crippling conditions are doing backflips 24 hours a day. For a few glorious hours, I step into the shoes of a person who exists with no inherent negative emotions at play, and I could conquer the fucking world. Meanwhile, the 82% of the population unafflicted by all that I've ever known go around effortlessly controlling their own brains. These people talk on the phone to each other and order food and go to the bank and act like it ain't nothing, while we remaining 18% struggle to take momentary control of the reins of our minds. Go up to the counter and order pizza. I can't. You're starving. Tell them you want pepperoni. What if they're out of pizza? How do I handle that? This is Papa Murphy's. If they're out of pizza, they got bigger problems. Go get your food. What if they raise the prices mid-transaction and I don't have enough? I'll look like a jackass. This is us. If I could start a dialogue with someone in the service industry without needing a full 15 minutes of mental prep, what couldn't I do? Very little. I get really Aspergery about certain things, like thank you cards. I fucking hate them. I absolutely cannot stand the idea of writing something insincere on a card and then mailing it across state lines for someone to open and immediately throw away. Albino, my mom calls me Albino. Albino, you have to send Grandpa a card. But I told him thank you over the phone while I was opening his Christmas present. No, he needs it in writing. Why? Why does my thankfulness have to be legally binding? It's not real until you look for a pre-written card at Target and piggyback off that shit. It's the same thing with thank you emails. It's just repetitious garbage. We said thanks in person. I don't need to clog up someone's spam folder with recycled sentiment. And it's like a staple of business. Anytime anyone does anything, you gotta send that stupid email of gratitude. Like if someone donates me money on Patreon, or a developer sends me a code for a game, well, you don't want to seem ungrateful, do you? Of course I'm grateful. Someone just gave me money. Why can't these things be implied? But obligatory gratitude is just a subsidiary for my ultimate Asperger trigger, which is being misrepresented. The idea that someone could think I mean something I don't is terrifying. So when a commenter is like telling straight up lies about me, or informing someone about an opinion he thinks I have that I definitely don't, I have to shut that shit down. It's to a degree where if I can't make people believe that what they're saying isn't true, I have to go out and make it true. That way the wrong idea becomes the right idea. I know it's not healthy or rational. Of fucking course it's not. That's why it's a symptom of a mental issue. You think Asperger's would be a problem if the side effects made me super productive and outgoing? In that case, someone gather up all the treatment options and set them on fire. I never want to be cured. People who belong to the category of people that is being made fun of are always like, oh come on, fat jokes are so tired, gay jokes are so old, trans jokes are so unoriginal. The jokes aren't tired, you're just tired of them. The jokes are always full of fun energy. How can jokes at your expense be old as soon as they're invented? Maybe if you reuse ones from the 70s, but if I make one that's never been said before, that's about as young and fresh as it gets. It's 2017, sure, but them minds are still rich with mineral ore. Any kind of person, regardless of their traits or characteristics or habits, can and should be made fun of until the end of fucking time. The process of creating new jokes about them will never get old as long as they continue to adapt to modern circumstances. How can Caitlyn Jenner jokes be old when she's only a year and a half? She's still nursing. She ain't even a toddler yet. No, the jokes are super old. Year and a half's a long-ass time. That sentiment is like when your kid turns 5 and you feel like you have to lie and be like, oh yeah, you're so big and tall. You're such a grown-up man. When in reality, you could still crush his skull like Prince Oberon's with your bare hands and sentence a midget to death in the process. I hate how comedians always feel like they have to do 2 paragraphs of exposition before they can tell a joke about a video game to a general audience. So there's this guy. His name's Super Mario, and he's made by Nintendo, who is a game company, by the way. And you play his games on a Wii U, which is a Nintendo console, which means Nintendo made the console. And by the way, a console is a system you can play games on. Oh, and when I say games, I mean video. Holy shit, we get it! Even people who know fuck all about anything get it. His name's not Super Mario, by the way. Just Mario will do. That's like calling Batman the Batman every time. Nobody says that, and God help them if they ever did. Boogers disintegrate when you flick them onto the carpet somewhere, right? I kind of operate based on that assumption. I have seen 3 different Tinder profiles of girls with 3-legged dogs. Is that a new fad? Are girls just like cutting the legs off their dogs to seem unique and cool? Pretty weird. Speaking of, stop saying in your profile that you probably only swiped right for my pets. What the hell is the point of that? Like, you want to pet my cat, but I can just fuck off? You fuck off. That's why I don't put pictures of my pets on my profile. You don't even get the privilege of beholding them. I would never use my pets to get attention from girls, because that would imply I can't get it on my own. And I can't. But the point is not to imply it. I don't know how that works to lure girls in. You're at a park bench with your dog and a girl walks by like, "Your dog's so cute." I'm like, thanks. That's reflective of me as a person, and I am now cute by association. Really though, how does simply having a creature make you more attractive to people? Well, I feed this animal twice a day, which means I'm probably capable of fathering your children. Shall we begin the impregnation? Well, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe, and I'll play myself off.